I haven't done gig work in over a month. I didn't expect to feel this about gig work after taking a break, because I thought the hardest part about gig work was the work itself, but it's actually about what it does to you over time. And nobody really talks about that part of gig work. Hey y'all, I'm Jamie. Just call me Jamie. Welcome back to another real life, no script. And today we're going to talk about gig work, but in a way I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. So I haven't done gig work in about a month now. No Amazon Flex, no Walmart Spark. I deactivated my DoorDash account. None of that. And it wasn't something that I really planned. It was just something that has happened. And before I stopped doing gig work, when I tell y'all I was doing gig work just about every single day, I was doing gig work just about every single day. Like, I maybe had like one day off. I don't think, maybe with two. Like, I was working from like sometimes 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning on out till in the evening time. Like when it come to Amazon Flex, I would either take a early morning block or sometimes an evening block. So if I knew that I had something that I wanted to do, sometimes I would take 2 blocks that day. If I was doing Walmart Spark, I would start at maybe like 6 o'clock in the morning. If I didn't do 6 o'clock in the morning, I would sometimes do the evening shift. It just depended on what I had going on. And that really just became my routine, my identity. It was no going to the gym in the morning. Gig work was just my routine and my identity. To me, that routine started to get really boring to me. I was like tired of that. I noticed that I felt myself getting really drained and tired from doing the gig work because it was the same old. I noticed that it started to affect my mental health because it was the same old. And after a while, it just started to drain me because of that same routine, no organization, no structure with it. It was just the same old. And like I told y'all, at first, gig work felt like freedom. Like I'm free. I can get up when I want to get up. I can set my own hours. I wasn't being micromanaged. I was my own boss. Like I could just turn on either app when I wanted to turn it on. And I could make the money whenever I wanted to make the money. But for me, over time, it just started feeling real different. And when I stopped doing gig work, I really thought that I was going to feel stressed out about not having the extra money coming in. But when I stopped doing gig work, I really thought that I was going to be stressed about the extra money. I thought that I was going to miss it. Like, dang, I need to get back out there. And don't get me wrong, I still have those times where I was like, dang, I need to get out there and do some gig work. And then I really have to catch myself. And, I think about, the extra money because, everybody got their bills due, and I thought that I would be, because don't get me wrong, the extra money does help, but to what extent? I still can manage my bills without doing gig work. Like, I don't have to do gig work. It was just to have some extra money tucked away for a rainy day or emergencies. But when it started messing with my mental health, it started not to become fun anymore. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. We all know that gig work pays. That's why we do it. But what actually happened surprised me. I don't feel stress like I thought I would. I felt different. And I could just wake up when I want to wake up, or wake up without the pressure of having to go out there and do gig work. Now I wake up and go to the gym. Like, after I film this video, I'm going to the gym. I don't have to wake up and be like, I need to get out there and go do gig work. And I also don't have to worry about chasing orders. Like, I'm chasing myself to that gym. That's what I'm more worried about. Getting my mental health in order, focusing on what's in front of me, the important things, spending time with family. Because I felt like when I was doing gig work, I was never really home. I was always leaving my kids because I was always out there chasing orders, chasing the money. And yeah, you feel like you're your own boss, but you're never really your own boss. You always have to really answer to somebody because, yeah, we have these gig work apps at our freedom, but any wrong move can get you deactivated from these gig work apps. So you're always being managed and having a boss when you really think that you don't have a boss. And it made me realize that gig work is not just about making the money. And it was just affecting my mindset. And this part about gig work, like nobody really talks about. Gig work can pay you. Gig work will pay you, but it also can keep you stuck if you are not careful. You will get stuck in that cycle to wherein all you know is gig work. Like, you don't know nothing else outside of gig work. And I'm not talking about the people, because I want to clarify that before I really get deep in it. I'm not talking about the people who can't, like, this is what they're doing because they're retired, or this is all they can do because they can't get a job or they can't work. I'm talking about just regular people, like, who feel like it's just nothing else, or who are just wrapped in that cycle, or somebody who don't want to work a job, whoever I'm talking to. And like I say, it's easy to stay comfortable because it can get real comfortable over here. You can feel productive, but you're really not making no progress because you can be busy all day doing gig work and still feel like you're not moving forward. Taking a break from gig work made me realize that I don't want to rely on it the same anymore. Like I told y'all, I'm trying to level up. I want to concentrate on something else more, like my real estate, my content, what I'm doing and what I'm not doing correctly. I want more stability. And I'm not saying that gig work is bad, but I gotta be honest about how I was using gig work. Now I will tell y'all, right now your girl is in a transition phase. I'm trying to level up my life, build something more stable, and not just depend on gig work. And yes, I'm still figuring it out, but I'm figuring it out more on my terms. Yeah, I'm like real uncertain. Yes, I'm scared, but when you're trying to transition and level up, you're gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be scary, but that's a part of your story. That's a part of leveling up. That's a part of getting to the next phase. You're gonna have to get uncomfortable to be comfortable. So it is what it is. You just gotta jump out there and have faith. And I know I'm not the only one. A lot of people are doing gig work. They making money, but they still feel stuck at the same time. And when you start feeling like that, you start feeling stuck and you uncertain about what you want to do next, you got to sit there and pray about it and figure out what you want to do, what's going to be your next move. Because if not, you're going to stay in that rotating cycle when it comes to gig work. You're going to either continue to do gig work or you're going to get out there and become your own boss with something else, or you're going to get out there and get a job, work on somebody's job. But you have to figure out what you're going to do. So be real with me. Have you ever felt burned out from gig work or felt like it wasn't moving you forward anymore? Talk to me in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye. And that's real life, no script.